We got new coil springs for the front of this thing. Because it's too low. I mean, it's low and it looks good, but you can't even drive it. Alright, Mike, can you turn it driver?
To the driver's side?
Yeah. There you go.
More?
No, that's good. Alright, now we can take some measurements. Because I want to see, like, ride height wise. So 23.5, the center of the wheel-ish, to the fender opening on the driver's side. And passenger side, 23.5. What do you know? Okay, now we got a starting point. Alright, the dads are making progress on the truck over here. Alright, this is the spring that came out of Mike's truck. And this is a new spring. So that is our ride height difference. So it looks like they just took the torch to that. So now what we're doing is, because that one was so much shorter, it kind of fell out of here. So Dad's trying to come up with a plan to compress the spring a bit to get it to, so we can get it in the A-arm. Is it clocked right so it meets your pocket?
I did the best I could.
Oh, okay. Does it go on there?
I don't know. I haven't tried lifting the control arm yet up.
I think we ought to crank it spring a little more. If you do, I'll crank it.
Why is it going so quickly?
He's only squeezing on one side of that spring.
Well, that hook has got two hooks on it.
Yeah, it's got ounces on both sides.
Because look at how far away we are from our pocket.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah, you're going to have to fix that.
So we let it back down, and then we'll...
You'll be able to start tapping that spring in place, wouldn't you think?
Well, all you got to do is get it around that pocket.
Yeah.
That's the next problem, is getting it around that pocket.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Can you crank more?
Yeah. I walk away from these guys for 1 frickin' second, and then I hear the bang, and then they say it's installed. And there it is. It's installed.
Because you got to go counterclockwise, right, a little bit? Do you want 2 pipe wrenches? Okay, it's out. Okay, I think you got to compress it and let that compressor just go where it wants to. Because if you try to do something it doesn't want to do, it's just going to snap and go to where it wants to be.
My word. That thing's so crooked, our hole is in the center.
It's not really too bad.
It's really crooked.
Oh, well, I'm looking at the spring, not where the compressor's at.
I just stick my hand inside of this bomb here. I need wire cutters.
You're lifting the upper control arm up.
Alright, we got the factory height coil spring on the passenger side back in there. So we're going to button it back together.
Hold there. So,
and then we got to take the spring out of the other side and
Put the shock in.
put this spring, well, we don't even need the shock in there because it's all about ride height at this point. We just need to put it together enough that we could set it down and settle the springs. Who cares about the shock?
You're probably going to have to drive it to get it to ultimately settle the springs.
I mean, we can't, I guess the shock isn't that big of a deal to put back in there, is it?
Not really.
So now we got to do the driver's side. And I love coil springs, let me tell you. Just really a lot. Love them so much.
You got to spin that around like
Anyways, all right, let's get to it. This is a different spring compressor. What I want to look at is we put this spring in Mike's truck. Well, the frickin' top of it's not sitting in the pocket right. Biscuits! So what I want to do I want to take this wheel back off of there, see if I can get that in there to grab that spring properly so that I can collapse it enough that I can get the suspension up in there. So see how that needs to go up on that pocket. That's what we need to verify is happening when we lift this in place. So this needs to go right there. And then this arm needs to come up. So this might actually work. Well, I don't know. Basically, need to do that, and then this gets forced up in place, kinda. So really an internal, because this is in the way already. So, yep, that ain't gonna work. Annoying. All right, we're back at it today. We got a new tool. We're gonna try and fix this spring situation. All right, it's time to release the bomb. I got a bomb over here, be careful. I haven't used it yet though. Because we had it installed wrong, it's like wedged in there weird. It popped out of there. Okay, it popped out of there. I was afraid. I didn't think about that.
You didn't want to have tension on it. That would be fun.
Well, we decided to replace the ball joints, and I went to go press a ball joint out, and the ball came out of the joint, but that didn't come out. So I need to take this boot off the top of it and see what that is for size and press that sleeve out. The rest of it came out. Oh, we gotta find the new ones and we gotta get that installed. Alright, so this is what we came up with for our spring compressor. We're using half of the new one that pivots, and then we got the bearing up here with this, and we did a couple of washers as spacers, but we're going to try and collapse that sucker and then see if we can get the control arm up so that we can get that spring in there. I think it's going to go okay.
It's our dream right now. Doing this for a little more leverage.
Oh. Okay. It's in there, and somehow I got that so it's almost lined up. God, I like that much better than how our old design was. Because then we're not even using the impact, because the other thing that made me nervous is this, whenever it hits, is like,
oh, yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen. So this spring compressor is the right one. That thing is working out nice. So what we ended up doing is we put the plate in the bottom, and then we put some washers up here just so we had extra surface area to press against that shock tower with the bearing, and then the nut. So the only thing that we didn't use, because of how we set it up, is we didn't use this for the other side. So this worked out fantastic. So if you're working on a Crown Vic, buy this guy. kind of expensive, but man, that was, and even turning that with the wrench was easy by hand. We turned that. Got that thing compressed. We just used the floor jack to lift it up enough to get the ball joints aligned, and then now we're going to put it together. The other side, one of the bolts is fighting us, so we got to figure that out, and then hopefully we'll be putting that together. I want to put this thing on the ground and go and drive it around today, even if it is like got a Cali rake to it. All right, we got the other control arm out, but I had to use a Sawzall to cut the frickin' bolt out because it won't move. So I'm going to try and drive that out. I'm assuming it's rusted in the sleeve, but we're going to see what happens. I'm going to try and hammer that out of there and go from there. All right, that's all for today on this truck because this sleeve wouldn't come out of there. The more I beat on it, I couldn't get it out of there, so I just drilled the bushing out. Well, the bushing was rotted anyways, and then this side ended up falling out, so it needed to be done. So I ordered new energy suspension bushing kit for it. So it comes with uppers and lowers, so we can get this one done, put it back together, and at least get to drive this thing a little bit, hopefully. And then tear it all back apart, put new bushings and everything. How exciting is that? Super, super exciting. All right, that's it for this truck today. We got energy suspension. Hyperflex. Super fancy polyurethane components, bushings, whatnot, and dudes and whoppies. So what we're going to do is we're thinking we're probably going to have to take these springs back out of that truck. Where's that truck at? See it over there? It's over there. We're thinking we're probably going to have to take the springs back out a couple of times. So all I'm going to do is this one arm that's out of the truck. I'm going to put bushings in it. And then look at, they even give you the freaking spring retainer, guys. These go on the top, but they sit in the pocket like that. Oh, they're nice and squishy and stuff. Look at that. And it's cold out here right now. Anywho, all right, so we're going to press the bushings in here, see if we can get the spring on the driver's side. Set it on the ground, see how bad the alignment is, maybe try and align it, and then see what the height looks like for ride height on that there bad boy. And then go from there. We might have to take it back apart, take the springs out, maybe cut like a half a coil. I don't really feel great today, so I'm having trouble finding words. But anyways, we're out here anyways, because I'm either going to be sick inside the house or I'm going to be sick in the shop. I'd rather be sick out here. It's fine. Well, so we're setting it down for the first time on the OEM Crown Vic springs. It's definitely sitting higher, but it's also not settled. Right. Ooh, that's pushing it down. Get over on this side too. Do you remember what you measured that out at? I would have to look at the video and see. I want to say it was 23 and a half. That's 26 and a quarter.
It actually backs out of the shop without catching the ground now. All right, we're at Wendy's in Fort Lupton. Put Mike's truck in the primo spot so that everybody can see the Hill Billy Express as they're coming down the off-ramp in Fort Lupton. Pretty good deal. Gotta love it. Starts nice, sounds good.
Oh God, turning radius is fantastic. Got 30 miles an hour in first gear. I bet you that's only 4,500 RPM. Third gear, 60. Okay, we got the new springs on the front of this, and it looks pretty good. It's still low, but it's not as low as it was. You know what we should do?
Nice.
Yeah, and then we aligned it. So we used, Dad's got this fancy alignment thing that's over there, but we aligned it. We did caster, camber, and toe. Look at us go. The only thing that we didn't do is we didn't straighten the steering wheel out, but we can do that later. So I think the next video is going to be us putting some miles on this thing. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're going to put some miles on it, do a shakedown, and see what we can find wrong. Oh, and also, it took me entirely too long, like 2 hours of dicking with this stupid thing, but I got the glove box back in there. Look at that. The insurance paperwork's in there. That's a nightmare because the heater box is in the way and it's awful. So anyways, that's it for this video. Next video, we're going to put some miles on this thing. We're going to take it out with one of the many other old vehicles that we got. Maybe not that one because it doesn't have a motor in it, but we'll go do something like we did with Nate and Dolores and his old International. Okay, bye.